Now, to the focus of our conversation today, public speaking entails preparation and confidence in delivery. This was the highlight of a conversation between our roving reporter Brian Muchiri and students from the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology.
Today, we talk about public speaking. It's an art. Did you know that? And I'm here with Riziki Mwaka, who's the president of the Toastmasters Club in JKUAT, as well as the CEO of Trendsetters, that's Maxwell Okumu, still in JKUAT. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi Brian.
Hello.
Riziki, I need to drag you first into the conversation. Of course, you're the lady. Public speaking as an art, what does it really entail?
This entails delivering a message to a large group of people.
Okay.
Now, the problem comes in when, what is the aim of your public speaking? Do you want to motivate? Do you want to inspire? Do you want to challenge? Do you want to inform people? That's where the problem comes in.
Max, what do you think?
Well, our current knowledge on public speaking draws from the Greek and the Romans. During that time, 500 AC, they used to do rhetoric. Aristotle put forward a theory that there are three spheres of public speaking in its effectiveness. There is the pathos, logos, and ethos. This is an appeal to the logic, an appeal to the human behavior, and an appeal to the emotions.
Let's talk about preparation, getting ready to speak in front of an audience. How does one require to prepare themselves to get in front of an audience?
Well, if it's not an impromptu speech, you have a topic at hand, and you need to have your facts right. This helps you build confidence, which is very important when it comes to addressing the crowd. And then it comes to the actual day when you're in front of a crowd. There's a posture you need to get to, if I can demonstrate.
Yes, please. Perhaps you can demonstrate.
Yeah,
and perhaps I can join you as well. So
Yeah, sure. When you get to the stage, of course, you need to face the audience straight. And you need to maintain an upright posture. Do not slouch, do not lean, do not do anything. You need to be upright. And you need to maintain eye contact with your audience. If there's a stage, if there's an allowance to move, you have to utilize that stage as well, because the crowd, if it's sizable, it's not at one place. Yeah. You also need to get your props ready. If you need any props, for example, for effectiveness in the message, you definitely need props. And from there, you have your confidence and you go on. Yeah.
Okay. Allow me to ask, what challenge have you ever faced? I mean, an impromptu speech, perhaps. What challenge have you faced?
First time I was called to do an impromptu speech in my club, I was asked, if you knew life ended at 40, what would you do differently? The first thing in my head was like, man, just have fun. And then that's where my thought ended. So as a public speaker, the challenge I faced was, how do I proceed from, I have an idea, so I need to add flesh to this idea. So how do I do this? And how do I buy time in a way that the audience is engaged, but at the same time, I'm not wasting their time. So yeah, as a public speaker, my challenge has been to put flesh in my idea. Yes.
Max, how is it for you? Any challenges that you have ever faced as a person?
I'll speak about the biggest challenge in public speaking that I had, and it was during an impromptu speech. I'm sure we've all had these ones. When I had to talk in front of the Vice Chancellor at the time. I think you were there.
Yes.
And you have to make a point that one reflects on the occasion, two reflects on you as an individual, and three, you deliver a message, you communicate. So to wrap all this up within one message, impromptu, that's a really difficult, not difficult, challenging.
Yeah.
It's a really challenging thing. But there are methods, there are steps you can, you need to build your confidence. If you have an introductory part, a conclusion, and now the main flesh of the message. So it's not really that difficult. It's doable, but that's the biggest challenge I had.
I want to bring in preparation and allow me to speak to you, Riziki, because you happen to be the lady in this conversation, and this matter affects ladies a lot. Dressing. It's important to dress the part. Talk to me about dressing.
Well, first thing you realize, when you go ahead to speak to people, the first thing they're going to notice is how you're dressed. If you're coming there dressed in a funny way, in a manner that shows you're not very serious, no one is really going to take you seriously. So when you give a speech, first of all, how is my dressing going to project onto my topic? If I'm talking about something like odd jobs, maybe they're dressed in janitor's uniform, and then, you know, I'm giving a speech on maybe janitors is what I'm focusing on. When you dress like that, someone like, oh, by the way, what type of people dress like that? You know, it connects to your topic. Also, you need to present yourself well so that people really focus on you, man. Because, hey, guys, dressing is very important. That's the first impression you give your audience, if you're taking them seriously or if they're also going to take you seriously. Yeah.
It looks like it's touched an integral part of your heart and soul. Do you have any personal stories of where dressing perhaps let you down?
Yes, yes. I gave a speech 2 weeks ago. It was my second speech in my club. I was going against a first-time speaker. And when the first-time speaker came there dressed, I was like, man, you look so good. And the first thing, when she arrived at the podium, you see how she's dressed, you're like, man, I'm voting for you. You are the best speaker in this meeting. And then I pull up there with my hoodie. I'm just from class. I'm talking about is knowledge power, something very serious, but I don't really look very serious. So guys, man, I lost that battle due to my dressing. I'm still feeling a bit of pain.
Max, preparation. What is the integral part of preparing for a public speech?
Well, when you get to preparation, you do it for two main reasons. One is preparation, adequate preparation gives you confidence, and you need confidence if you're going to deliver your message effectively. The other reason is when communicating, you're passing information, you're passing a message, and you want your message to be factual, based in facts. So you need to prepare adequately so that you get your facts right. So yes, preparation is very important.
Any final remarks? I'll start with you, Riziki.
Yes, I do. As we say in Toastmasters, feel the fear and do it anyways. You're always going to feel nervous or anxious when you're going to speak to a crowd. The butterflies are always going to be there flying in whatever formation they're flying in. The key is to make them fly in a formation that works for you, in a formation that's going to enable you to give your speech calmly. Yes.
Max?
I would say the first step is to begin and end it at that.
That's today's episode of Your Voice. We were talking about public speaking. I was joined by Maxwell Okumu, who is the CEO of Trendsetters in JKUAT, as well as Riziki Mwaka, who is the president of the Toastmasters, still in JKUAT. My name is Brian Muchiri. Good morning.